Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. It's going to be a reading here from July 14th until the 20th. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead here and get started and jump straight in. I do want to announce really quickly as I'm pulling your cards that I am running a sale on my personal readings. If you're interested in that, the link will be down below in the description. All right, Gemini. Well, big news for you. Uranus just came in your sign here. So this is going to be quite the new adventure here unfolding in your life. So let's take a look here, Gemini. Let's pull your oracle cards and then we'll jump into your reading here. But one thing you're going to get more clarity here. What I mean by that, I think with Uranus coming into your sign, you're going to start to be able to tap into your Gemini energy more efficiently with Uranus being there. I'm almost seeing you here, Gemini, with the Knight of Swords being your overall energy, being a lot more decisive, or just feeling like now's the time to do the things that I've been wanting to do, to step into the type of experiences that I've wanted to have for myself. And you're ready to have breakthroughs. You're ready to revolutionize your life. Let's see here, Gemini. We're going to keep going. Let's see. You pulled this first house card. It says arrival. First house deals with your sense of self, your self-image, and your awareness of yourself. I'm telling you, with Uranus coming into your sign, it is sort of shifting and changing who you are, right? Your identity. So that makes a lot of sense that we pulled this first house card. It's like there's a new identity that's unfolding for you here. And this could come with different changes. And also, too, just maybe you just kind of feeling that urge to really step into more of who you are. Let's see here. We'll keep going. You pulled this illumination card. I think things have felt pretty dark here for you, Gemini. Like, you can see that there's darkness in the card and then there's color in the card, right? And I finally get here that it's like things are starting to look more brighter after things have felt maybe heavy, or they felt dark, or just very down. I'm telling you, with Uranus coming into your sign, is changing the game here for you. But this card does say illumination, so there's going to be, Gemini deals with information and clarity, so this could be information, clarity, or just another way of understanding things, or understanding things better, that bring in more hope, or that allow for you for there to be positive change here for you. You pull this, adjustments are required here. Yep, I mean, the Seven of Pentacles is in your current energy at this time. Seven of Pentacles can be a card of adjustments. It's when you're looking at your situation and you're realizing, okay, what's working and what's not working. And it can also be you discovering here better ways here to get what it is that you want in a situation, to increase something, to grow something in the way in which you're ideally wanting. So with the Knight of Swords being here for the overall energy this week, you're in your Gemini energy here, Gemini. Venus is in your sign, Uranus just came into your sign. So when it comes to you, being able to feel that stimulation and that curiosity and that decisiveness and that clarity, I get you here tapping more into that with the Knight of Swords, to where you're more decisive and taking action here rather than sort of waiting. I definitely do kind of get maybe this urgency energy, to where there's certain things here that maybe you've been needing clarity around first for you to understand what to do next. Either way here, I get you here knowing what you need to do here. You have the Queen of Wands here in your challenge, and then you also have the Hierophant as your advice. I'm going to come back to this. Let's go to your future position here, though. You did pull the Devil card here. Okay, I'm going to be real with you, Gemini. Devil card, I do pick up here, this is you with the Knight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles here, having to cut out toxic energy, toxic habits, right? Unbinding yourself from things here that have been controlling you, whether it's people, places, situations, things, or whether it's just your own habits with things, right? I'm just keeping it real. I think you're realizing here, like, I need to take full control. Like, sometimes the devil card can represent discipline because it's the archetype of Capricorn. So where it's like we need to be disciplined in order for us to accomplish our goals. So it makes us have to restrict ourselves in certain ways, so that way we're not going to the extremes or we're not being excessive with things here. So I get you being in that energy here this week. And I also get here with this devil card being here, like, again, you're just more like you're just taking control of things. Like, you're not just gonna sit idle and do nothing, right? Actually, that quote, an idle mind, I think it's an idle mind is the devil's workshop, or idle hands is the devil's workshop, or something like that. It basically means where if you're just sitting idle and you're letting life happen to you, that's when, like, the worst things happen. But it's like when we have responsibility and we're disciplined, it's like that's where we're more in control of things, right? Does that make sense? So, but with the Knight of Cups being here in the outcome position here, I get you here being able to move into the desired direction that you've been wanting to move into. The Knight of Cups is like when you finally allow yourself to move toward that positive experience emotionally that you want to have. And so we'll clarify and we'll see more what that is here in a second. But your advice here, because Gemini, you're already a sign that deals with intelligence, but with the Hierophant being here as the advice, this is about really using your wisdom. Like, that the Hierophant deals with our beliefs, it deals with our morals, it deals with our principles, also our values, but it deals with the higher wisdom, like I'm hearing wisdom principles or something like that. It's when you apply wisdom so you don't succumb to, how do I explain this, Gemini? I think you know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just overcomplicating it. What you're doing here is you're having to be wise when it comes to the decisions here that you're making. So that way you don't, like, sabotage things or make situations worse. Does that make sense? You have the Queen of Wands here in your challenge. I think right now you're not as happy as you want to be, but I think here that something is shifting here this week to where you're starting to become more receptive and starting to trust more, like have faith and trust more in situations here. Maybe you're doubting things before, or maybe just having, like, worries about things. I think you're breaking free from that. You did pull the Two of Swords here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of. I wouldn't sit on the fence for too long, not with the Knight of Swords being here for the overall energy. Like, if there's adjustments you have to make with this card that we pulled, adjustments are required. I would start making those decisions now. I wouldn't put things off here. I think balance, yes, it's like have balance when it comes to your life, but also to, being real and honest with yourself when you're realizing, like, okay, like, the scale's tipping this way and things are becoming imbalanced. And instead of, like, sitting there and not doing anything, let me actually correct these things. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Let's clarify your reading here. Clarify the Knight of Swords here for the overall energy for Gemini. Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, you could be getting help here this week as well. I also pick up here that you're no longer doubting. That's not even the right way to say it. You're taking what it is that you have and you're allowing yourself to be more confident with. I can't remember if it was you, Gemini, I talked about in the last reading I did for you about, like, it was you, Gemini. Actually, it was you when I was talking about you having something valuable to offer, right? So the Queen of Pentacles can point to, like, our self-esteem, our self-worth, and it can point to, like, whether or not we feel like we have something valuable to offer to other people, right? That could be with anything, but I think this is the week to where you're realizing here with the Knight of Swords, like, what you do have to offer, and you're being more confident with owning your value and owning what it is that you have, like using what it is that you have. So it's so interesting. Like, Uranus coming into your sign, I think is like this is going to be the week to where you are allowing yourself, Uranus, to do new things and step into new experiences that take you outside of your comfort zone before you maybe have doubted, and you're no longer doubting. You're no longer doubting here. And I believe that's the energy that I got for you in your last read. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles in your current energy. You pulled the Six of Cups here. Yeah, and I like this energy entering into the week, Seven of Cups, Six of Cups, because this is where things are becoming more simple, and you could even be getting help, or there's just there's something meaningful happening here that's allowing for things to become more simple. And there could also be a gift or a blessing here that's helping you grow here what you're trying to grow in your life, what you're trying to improve, what you're trying to make better. And the Six of Cups is the gift of transformation. So there's a deeper transformation happening, which is allowing for something to become more prosperous in your life, whether it's your career, your business, whether it's like you just trying to save up money, or it could even just be you just trying to feel more confident with inside yourself. Clarify the Queen of Wands in your challenge. You pulled the Seven of Cups here. You have options and choices here, Gemini. And I think, the Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups reminds me to where the Seven of Cups is you have choice. There's choices, there's options. But the Knight of Swords as the overall energy is about decisions, right? Like, so deciding what it is that you want. And right now in your challenge, you may be trying to decide what's going to be the best for you and what thing to move toward. And with the Hierophant being here as the advice, the Hierophant talks about like what is in alignment with your values and your beliefs, and live true to those things. Clarify the Devil card as your future position. You pulled the Strength card here. I knew it. The Strength card is about overcoming your lower nature, right? So this could be like you overcoming, breaking free from bad habits, toxic relationships, toxic situations, and you starting to get more control and regain your power back here from situations that have been pulling you down, that have been restricting, that have been holding you back here. Whether it's because you're doing it to yourself, or like if it's your habits, or if it's like just certain things that you're doing, or if it's other situations, it's like you're overcoming those things with the Strength card. It's like you're breaking free from those things. And it's been quite a struggle, but I see you here being able to unbind yourself from these situations and these things to where they're not controlling you anymore, you're controlling them. Clarify the Knight of Cups and the outcome. You pull the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about moving into more calmer waters after going through a period of turbulence. So that Knight of Cups, Six of Swords, I feel like you're making peace with something emotionally and spiritually, and also at the same time, things are improving and becoming better to where it's like you feel like you can actually yield more to moving towards something here in your life. Clarify the Hierophant as your advice. You pull the Page of Swords here. Yeah, one thing too, like now's the time for you to, I had to tell Gemini to be curious. The Page of Swords is curiosity, like to follow what you're curious about. Like the Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands in the challenge can signify that you have interest in certain things, but it's like you don't know which one to move toward. And so the Page of Swords says, like, what are you curious about? Like follow your curiosity, right? Follow your curiosity. What's stimulating, right? And what's in alignment with your values and your morals and your principles. Clarify the Two of Swords here. You pull the King of Pentacles here. Two of Swords, King of Pentacles. Yeah, don't invest into anything, Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups, that doesn't really have value. Like, invest into the things that are going to make your life more prosperous. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but sometimes the Seven of Cups represents distractions. It's like, what are you giving your energy to that's not going to help really cultivate and grow your life in the prosperous way you want? That's going to bring in the joy and the harmony and the pleasure, And at this time, it's like the Hierophant Page of Swords says, trust what you know and be guided by what you know. And like use your wisdom and things that you have learned so that way you don't repeat the same mistakes, or but also too, so that way you can like break free from the struggle. So that's what I'm getting here for you, Gemini, this week. Uranus coming into your sign, it's like, Geminis are about to become unhinged. Like your eccentric nature is really going to come through when it comes to like you just wanting to level up and step into like these newer changes. Like Uranus is a planet that deals with it brings the spontaneous urge to want to go beyond what you've done before. So breaking free from limitation, right? And unbinding yourself from situations that have been keeping you stuck. And so Uranus is giving you the blessing here of deep transformation, and you're free here to explore the things that you want. So explore the things that you know will be good for you, and allow your heart to guide you in that direction. Listen to your curiosity, and to move into the new things. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but I think it'll be so interesting to see just like Geminis with Uranus in y'all's sign, just how it activates you. Because Uranus is, again, it's like you wanting to kind of break free from the conventional ways you've been living and like step into innovation, like step into being more unconventional. So that's what I got for you, Gemini, in your weekly reading. I'm going to leave your reading here. I appreciate you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. Again, the readings are on sale. If you click that link, it'll take you straight to my website, and from there you'll be able to see the reading. So I appreciate you, Gemini. I'm wishing you the best, and I'll see you in your next video.